I just spent the last month and a half making this sweater, and I am so happy with how it turned out. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at all that color work. This is just using all scraps, all little scrap pieces of yarn. I worked so hard on it, and now I'm about to literally cut it in half. This is actually going to be a cardigan. So this is the Wool and Pine Designs Voyage Cardigan, and it has a center steek and an armhole steek. This is where the arms are gonna go. There's no hole there, so this is also going to be cut, and this side as well. And this is my first time doing that, so I'm very nervous. I want to document this because in case I mess up, I mean, maybe I can learn from my mistakes or share them with you so you can learn from them. My name is Rachel, Ruby Gets Crafty on Instagram. I'll put that in the description of the video so you can see all the pictures and fun stuff about this pattern as I've been working on it. This is a paid for pattern, like I said, by Wool and Pine Design. So this is not a tutorial. I am not sharing any details about the pattern. I'm just going to do the cutting today. I'm gonna do the steeking for the first time ever, and I just wanted to get it on video. First, I need to take care of all these ends. I'll show you what the inside looks like. You change colors down the center, so that way, this is where I'm going to cut, so that way these ends will all be hidden. You don't have to weave them all in. So I'm gonna tie knots in these, and then snip them short, and then I'm going to sewing machine reinforce. I was thinking about doing a crochet reinforcement and a machine sewn reinforcement. However, I don't think I'll need to. I really think that a zigzag stitch on the sewing machine is I'll do a few rows of it. I think that's gonna hold everything down just fine. And I think it's gonna be fine. I really do. I've watched tons of videos. Wool and Pine has, in the pattern, they have video tutorials for all steps of this project, from picking your colors to the button band, the decreases, the cutting, all of that. So I've watched lots of videos. I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm nervous, but I mean, if I mess up, is time spent knitting ever really wasted? No, it'll be just fine. I hope. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna deal with the ends. Furiosa, stop it. No, don't eat strings. Stop. Why are you being so naughty? What are you doing? What are you doing? It's so cute. Can I finish my work? My work is to pet you, you hairy lady. Okay, stop it. Stop. Fifi, you're gonna have to go if you're gonna do that. Be nice. That's not nice. Okay, get out of here. Goodness gracious. Cats. All right, with no help at all from Furiosa, The ends are all woven in, not woven in, all tied. I'm very nervous about not weaving them in, but I guess that's what the sewing is for, right? To reinforce. Oh, I might have to do something about these ones at the top. It's kind of confusing. Okay, I'm gonna start at the bottom and just start snipping, I guess. Oh, I do need one thing though. I like to save all my ends in a jar for every year. I have for the last couple of years. That way at the end of the year, I have a jar of very colorful little scrap pieces of yarn. And it's just cool to see all of the colors or all of the pieces of yarn from things that I've made throughout the year all in one jar. And it's really pretty. All right, I'm snipping. Scary. I can't remember if I said this already or not, but I did block this already. It dried all day yesterday. I blocked it the night before, and so it spent all day yesterday drying. So it's nice and dry now, but I think it was very important to block it before doing any of this because that changes the look of your color work so much and lets all the stitches relax and spread out. And yeah. I made sure that it was going to be nice and dry before this weekend so that I would have time to do this. It's like she's getting a little haircut. So I'm going to be cutting straight down the center. You can see like where the pattern kind of splits all the way down. But it's still kind of hard to tell in some spots, like it's gonna be hard to follow these lines, I think. So I'm gonna take white thread or white yarn and just do like a stitch up either side just to make sort of like a guide for me to follow. Also, I want to mention I made some of my own charts for this. So these hearts aren't in the pattern that I made, and then this is like X's and O's. And then more hearts here. Oh, you can actually kind of, I felt like after I did them, it was hard to tell what they were because it's just like an outline of a heart, whereas these ones are filled in. But looking at it on the camera, I think you actually can see. So it's like a right side up and then upside down. And it like alternates. So those ones I made. And then what else? Oh, this little piece right here, that is my own thing only because I messed up like right in the beginning or something. The colorwork charts got more, like they got confusing for me on these decrease rounds because it was just, yeah, it was hard to follow because you're not starting at the beginning of round. Oh, I don't know, whatever, I can't explain it. But the decreases definitely made the colorwork part confusing, but it wasn't too bad. All right, I'm gonna do that stitch now for my guide, and then after that, it's time to sew. And I was thinking that I maybe needed to use a bright thread also that will stand out, but you actually can't really even see the sew lines anyways, so I don't think the color of thread matters that much. The main thing is gonna be that I just follow the line while I'm cutting. And I think that these outer lines that I'm about to make are gonna help make it easier to see where I'm at, hopefully. I got that line sewed in, so now I can see better where I'm going to be sewing with the machine and where I'm going to be cutting. I don't think I'm going to do that for the armholes because it's a much like shorter, much shorter row than I need to sew, I guess. I don't think it'll be quite as hard to tell. So this will be helpful for the front. I am, however, this is my swatch that I made when I was just practicing colorwork stitches. I am going to practice sewing on this before this because I'm just nervous about it. So I'm gonna try this and make sure that like when I back stitch or reverse, I don't know if I need to do that or not. Do I? But I'm like worried that it's gonna snag. So, and I'll also practice sewing in a straight line, which I'm not very good at. So we'll see. I just got this sewing machine for Christmas. I have not sewn much at all, so this will be interesting. I think I said that already. I'm not gonna change the thread out. I don't think I need to. I think we're ready. All right, I got the armholes sewed up. That was so much harder than I thought it was gonna be. I already know that I suck at sewing in a straight line, but I even had to write down a little cheat sheet so that I made sure I was in the right line, because once I have the knitting under the presser foot of the sewing machine, I couldn't really see what color was supposed to be next. And I think that last row that I just did while I was filming was the best I've done so far. But I did make sure to avoid the cut line, because otherwise what's the purpose of sewing it, right? If I'm just gonna cut right through it. So I think that's all that matters, right? But I have both sleeves all sewn up. So when I washed this the other day, sorry, I just got an itchy nose. When I washed this the other day, it grew so much, while it was wet. I laid it out flat. It looked so long, and I was so stressed that it was gonna be way too big. But I can't wait to try it on, because I think it's gonna be perfect fit, right? We'll see. Okay, now is the hard part. I gotta do the big sew line. That's gonna be a very long row. Here we go. All right, I just did the first big sew line and it went fine, except the back looks like that. I don't know what happened there. I know that that's gonna be hidden and folded over, but is that a problem? Now I'm frustrated. I think I need to take a break and eat some lunch or something. But yeah, the front looks fine. I just don't know if that's gonna be a problem. And I also don't know why it did that, because the armholes didn't do that. The back of those, somewhere, they're fine. Also, if that's not a good thing, I don't think I'm even gonna be able to get that out. So that's where we are now. And yeah, I think I need to go eat and take a break. Come back to this and rethink it. We're back. Crisis averted. I readjusted my sewing machine. I tightened the tension, and then it was time to rethread the bobbin, and now I'm wondering if maybe the bobbin was messing up, because this went so much smoother. I've got all 4 lines sewed on the front now, and the back, not perfect, but way better than it was. I got that line ripped out. Now it's time to cut. Let's hope that sewing disaster was the only one that there will be, and no disaster comes while cutting, because at least the sewing was fixable, but once it's cut, it's cut. I'm anxious. I did not think this was gonna take me so long, but it's taken me hours. Like I said, I'm not good at sewing. I can imagine if you are better at sewing, more experienced, whatever, this would be easier. I don't know. I mean, it really wasn't that hard. It just took a while. Okay, let's cut it. I'm scared. I still have some ends here, yarn ends, and that's, well, these are my, the stitch that I made up, but then I also have like the beginning of round threads. Wait, where are they? Anyways, yeah, I have the beginning of round threads, and those have to be woven in. Okay, here we go. Can you hear how hard I'm breathing? Probably because I've got my headphones right around my neck. Here we go. This is crazy. I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna go like one stitch at a time, I guess. All right, this is gonna take me forever. We'll see when I'm done. I'm still not convinced that it's not going to completely come apart. I got yarn on my shirt, but it hasn't yet. I think my sleeves are a little bit tight. Might need to, I don't know what I could do about that. It's so cute. Sorry, Fifi. It is so cute. Wow. Okay, so that went well so far. I mean, I guess if you follow me on Instagram, we'll find out if it comes apart in a few days or not, but I'm gonna go pick up stitches for the sleeves and start knitting the sleeves. So thanks for hanging out with me today and being there with me on my first steeking journey. Look at that. We did it. Check out the inside too. The floats are just beautiful. Such a great pattern. Highly recommend. I love doing color work. Yay! All right, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.